Right, we're getting escargot, beef Wellington, and beef entrecôte au poivre. That one. And free cheese bread. I would say that's a 5. It's not that hot. It's not that crispy. And it's not that cheesy. This is what the flip side looks like. This plain bread is a 7. Escargot is also a 7. And just to clarify my rating, 5 is average, 7 is good. 7 is executed well, but there's nothing really special. That's my rating system. 5 is average, 7 is executed well. 8s and 9s they have something special about them that makes them outwardly good. Au poivre, Wellington, truffle demi-glace. Let's get the focus on there. So we ordered this one medium rare, and then this one we ordered medium. Looks decently medium. Ketchup's a 7. Vegetables are fine. They're 7. French fries 7. Mashed potatoes 4. They taste like box. Alright. Puff pastry on the Wellington. Six. It's a little bit moist. Tastes like the flavor is like a pot pie from that microwave brand. Tastes good. The flavor is similar to that. Is a Wellington with sauce. That's a 7. Execution's fine. Just to be clear. 7 and below is execution. 7 and above is exceptional because of a random reason that I pull out of thin air. Alright, there's the au poivre. Good. Thank you. I would say that's a 7 also. Could use some salt, but they have a salt mill on the table. I'm gonna try the mashed potatoes again, just to confirm. Yeah. It's still a 4. Seems like they didn't put any fat in it at all. They didn't put cream or butter or milk. French fries are 7 though. Alright, we're gonna get all 4 of these. Also, bonus points, their knives are actually sharp. Minus points, there was a bone at the end of the ribeye. New York strip. New York cheesecake. Alright, they recommended don't do all 4, so we're just gonna do the classic ones, which is the bananas and the cherries Jubilee. Tastes like chocolate. Tastes like a normal cheesecake. I guess that's a 7.
First time doing this one, so it should be interesting.
I guess I'll burn this place now.
So I have the bananas foster. He's got the cherries Jubilee. We'll starting out with some butter. Sugar, lemon juice, and orange juice. Orange crystal. Flambe banana.
Cinnamon.
Ready for a fire? Banana foster.
Thank you.
Cherry Jubilee.
Thank you. Haagen-Dazs gets a 7. It's not icy, so it didn't thaw and refreeze. Bananas taste like bananas. I'm always scared that it's gonna be too sweet. That also gets a 7. There's nothing to complain about. Try the cherries. That gets a 7 too. Alright, in conclusion, also I wanted to reiterate in case I wasn't speaking loud enough in there. 5 is average. That means average. Below 5, below average. 7, well executed. Above 7 means specifically that something was exceptional in some way. So, like, for example, that cheese butter bread in the beginning. One would think that I would love cheese and butter, but the execution was, I would say off. Now, even if they only intended to toast one side and do that whole thing and leave the other side untoasted, that's fine. But it was, I wouldn't even say lukewarm. It seemed like it was just like, it was sitting in a bread warmer or something and they just pulled it out and it's whatever. But once again, it's free bread, so take it for what it is. But that's the score on it, and I'm judging it on the same scale of if somebody were to cook it fresh or not. So I guess you could say, as far as bread goes that's sitting in a warmer, it's fine. But if that was something that you had to pay for it and you got it, then I'll be like, that's a 5. It's okay, but could have done better. Other than the mashed potatoes, I would say everything was well executed. And the mashed potatoes, they tasted like box mashed potatoes, and I'm assuming that's because they didn't put like butter or cream or anything in there. It just tasted like potato flakes mixed with water or milk, water and milk or whatever. Yeah. But there was lumps in there, so it was fresh potatoes. So, yeah. Anyways, whether or not they did that on purpose because everything else was so flavorful and they wanted to do blander potatoes, that's up to interpretation. Service was very good. That guy on the left doing the flambe, he was very soigné. He was very elegant and like smooth. He said the other guy, that was his first time doing the flambe service, and he did fine. I'd say the only thing that if I were to judge him harshly, I wasn't watching that closely, but what things that I did notice was the more experienced guy took the bottles down after he was done using them. The new guy doing it for his first time, he left them on the top even though he was finished with it, and also the label wasn't facing the guest the whole time. And then another criticism is the orange that was sliced. It seemed like it could have been sliced more times because it looked like it was only cut like 3 rotations, so it wasn't as long and impressive. Whereas like if you like made it thinner, you could make it longer, and then you could have like a taller lantern flame thingy. So yeah, overall very good meal, very good service. I wouldn't say the service was especially personable. It was very sterile service, but that's not necessarily a bad thing, because sometimes you want to go to a fancy steakhouse or Michelin star restaurant and have technically perfect service, and you don't really care if like the servers are being like friendly and making jokes with you and that type of stuff. So different place, different time and place for different types of services. So I guess the sterile, technically good service works for them. So even though I scored things below 7, I would still say that this restaurant on average is a solid 7. Now, keep in mind, I want to reiterate, 7 is not bad. 7 is well executed, because like it's a steakhouse. So for me to be like, I'm not having a culinary epiphany from eating steak or mashed potatoes or green beans. So that's why it gets a 7. Again, 7, well executed. To get above 7, you have to do something special and you have to execute. Okay, that's all.